Okay, so promising young woman, right? That is like it's something I'd heard about, right? Now, loads of people were saying it was so good and these incredible performances, but I just wasn't able to see it when it first came out. Now, I did grab it because I thought it was based on a book, right? Because Miranda July has a book called Promising Young Woman. It's not the same book. Yeah, I checked out the book and I was like, this sounds nothing like what people were talking about. And then I found out, oh, it's something completely different. But yeah, the film, oh my God. Yo, I didn't even know. I just did a little search on Now and I found, oh shit, I can now watch it. So I was like, yo, let me check it out. So it is written and directed by Emerald Fennell, and it's her feature directorial debut, which I mean, this is wow. As a debut, this is something fucking exceptional. You know what I mean? It is produced now by Margaret Robbie. We got Josie McNamara, Ashley Fox, Ben Browning, Tom Ackley, and Fennell herself. It's executive produced by Glenn Basner, Alison Cohen, uh, Carey Mulligan, and Milan Popelica. It is co-produced by Fiona Walsh Hines as well. So music is Anthony Willis. Benjamin Krakoon is cinematography. It's edited by Frederick Foraval. Lindsay Graham and Mary Verio handled the casting. Michael Perry, production design. Liz Klukalowski is art direction. Set decoration is Ray Deslish. Costume design is Nancy Steiner. Hair, makeup, all of that jazz is Leanne Brittenham. Adam Christopher, Bryson Conley, Daniel Curate, Bridget Henich, and Angie Wells. And our cast, and it's a pretty great cast, people. It's a pretty great cast. Well, we have got Carey Mulligan as Cassandra. We've got her boss and friend Gail as Laverne Cox. There is Ryan, who is played by Bo Burnham. We have got Molly Shannon as Mrs. Fisher, Cassandra's best friend's mum, Nina. Right, there's also Jean, who is played by Lorna Scott, and George by Casey Adams. Yeah, that's Cassandra's parents. Then we have got Jerry, played by Adam Brody. Jim, played by Ray Nicholson. Paul, played by Sam Richardson. Definitely a different performance from old Sam than in the after party. You know what I mean? There's Monty, played by Timothy E. Goodwin. Stanley, Clancy Brown. Susan, played by Jennifer Coolidge. Ruby, played by Ali Hart. Jeff, Lauren Paul. Jeff's friend is played by Scott Asenbrenner. Ryan, yep, we did Ryan. Neil, played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Madison is Alison Brie. Alfred is Gabriel Olivier. Tony is Brian Lillis. Amber is Francesca Etzavitz. Dean Walker is Connie Britton. Simon is Vince Lozano. Joe is Max Greenfield. Al Monroe is Christopher Lowell. There's Chip, played by Mike Horton. Lincoln, played by Steve Monroe. Todd is Angela Zoe. And Anastasia is Austin Talon Carpenter. So, yeah, there's a lot of talented motherfuckers up in this, man. A lot of talented motherfuckers up in this. Now, the gist is this. Pushing 30 and defined by a hideous crime involving her bosom friend Nina, emotionally scarred medical school dropout Cassie knows firsthand that some wounds never heal. Leading an uneventful existence, still living with her parents, waiting tables at a cheap coffee shop to earn a living, Cassie has found the perfect way to deal with painful past. Dressed to kill at night, Cassie frequents the local bars and nightclubs, pretending to be dead drunk, utterly helpless and vulnerable. And every week, lethally beautiful Cassie is on the prowl for all sorts of nocturnal predators and other wolves in sheep's clothing, who are unaware that sometimes the hunter can become the prey. Then Ryan, a kindly and caring old classmate who is the bee's knees, enters the picture. And just like that, Cassie wants out. However, everybody knows that breaking bad habits is easier said than done. Could Ryan be the one? So, yeah, that's it. Like the way this opens up, right? We've got this drunken girl, this office party, and everyone is, they see this girl. There's all these guys around, see this girl, and they're just like, oh, that is terrible. How can someone get in that state? It's criminal. And then they're all like, someone should go over. Yeah, we could try it on. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck, man? And, one guy's just like, no. I'm gonna, I'm protecting this girl, right? Goes, takes, like, I'm gonna put you in an Uber home. But, you know what I mean? But instead of taking her home, it's like, we're close to where I live. Let's go to mine, right? And it's just that grimy. And I mean, you think we're about to witness something just like, oh man, did we have to open the film like this? This is just no. But the transformation, like Carey Mulligan, like going from drunk to sober, it is, and just the way it's captured, you know what I mean? Like we're looking down at her sprawled on the bed, and then suddenly the eyes just like bump, and it's just chilling. Oh my God, it's just chilling because you're just like, oh fuck, what is gonna happen? You know what I mean? It's just like, yo. And I have to say, right, Carey Mulligan, from the giddy up, you knew that there's something about this chick, right? That she's gonna give you some great performances. You know what I mean? I just remember because she did some smaller parts, but when she starred in An Education, oh my god, that was like she was great as Sally Sparrow in Doctor Who, and knowing then how that character just spanned out and everything, right? But yeah, what she did in An Education, you were just like, yo, she's gonna be killing it. And then ever since, Never Let Me Go, Drive, right? Far from the Madding Crowd, Mudbound. Yeah, she's just done some incredible performances. You know what I mean? So it was just like, knowing she was in this film and the performances she can give, it wasn't surprising just to see how she just commanded the screen, right? And it's just that kind of revenge, right? We see this woman like trying to get revenge, but completely just detached, right? Forgetting her own birthday, just not really like no friends apart from Gail, right? No other interest, just checked out of life, just this one purpose to ensure that her friend gets, you know what I mean? Get some justice, right? Until Ryan comes into it. So that then gets real interesting. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, oh, now, like, is she finding herself again? Right? Is she finding herself? And there's this scene in the pharmacy with Paris Hilton, which is just like, wait, what the fuck is happening? Because you know what I mean, Paris Hilton, right? Terrible song, terrible singer, but it's a fun scene, you know. But then the big thing being, right, because you know how long the film is, and we're about halfway through, just over halfway through. So you're just like, okay, where does this go now? Right? Where does this film go now? And what then happens? You are just like, oh, fuck. Oh my, yeah. There's some turns that you didn't quite expect. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's these things that you thought might happen, right? But then it goes so far that you're like, well, obviously, it's not going to do those things. And then suddenly, this new facet opens up, and oh, it's crazy. And I think the big thing with this is because, look, people make these weird justifications for actions like, oh, we were young, we didn't know any better, or that's what people were doing at the time. And it's like, come on now, right? Even at a young age, you know, right, what rape is. You know what rape is. You know, if a girl is passed out, right? If a girl can't, you know, give you a complete sentence, right? to be like, hey, would you like to come back to my room? And the girl's like, oh, you're not taking that girl back to your room, right? You're not doing anything with someone that doesn't know what fucking day it is. Like, you know those things, right? But people will be like, oh, well, we were both drunk. We were both, and it's just like, come on now, right? And it's interesting how like certain characters were just like they tried, right? They tried to be like, oh, what? And then it was just like, yeah, I'm an arsehole. I did that thing. I regret it. Like some people regretted, some people didn't, which is, it is that thing, right? You talk to people about past actions, right? And some people be like, man, I regret doing that thing. Some people are like, man, fuck it. Happened. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? And act like so it's interesting to see all of that and the justification some people make. Like, you know what I mean? Some people are just, I can't sleep. Can't sleep. I regret everything. I want to die. And it's like, whew. But yeah, there is that shock. That shock of when you think someone is a certain thing, because actions, right? It's always actions speak louder than words. So when someone is acting in a certain way, saying the right things, and then suddenly we learn this thing, oh my gosh, But the real interesting thing with this, right? I had no clue how this film was ending, right? There was nothing that was spoiled about this film, which is great because I did not know it ended the way it ended, right? Like, I'm thinking, well, it can't end like that, right? Obviously, something is gonna, what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna get a, and then we see a thing, and you're like, oh, shit, what's gonna, like, how does this, and then yeah, the ending was kind of perfect, right? Because you kind of realize this is not a happy tale, right? This isn't a happy tale. This isn't gonna be they ride off into the sunset smiling. It's not that story, right? So the way it goes down, man, it was a perfect bookend to this tale of just trauma, and revenge, and how these things emotionally scar people, right? They emotionally scar, even if it doesn't happen to you, right? There's that impact, the impact it can have on life. And it's just, yeah, I think if it had ended differently, it would not have been the same movie, right? It wouldn't have had the same impact. So this was like just great performance, like, and just the looks on people's faces, the reactions to things that are being said, just all of that. Oh my gosh, it was handled so well. This is a phenomenal film. I can definitely see why people were speaking so highly about it. So yeah, definitely, people, if you have not seen Promising Young Woman, oh, you definitely should watch it. Though, understand this is not happy content. It's definitely not happy content, but incredible performances. Incredible performances. And I cannot wait to see what Emerald Fennell does next, because as a feature debut, I mean, is it's hard to come out the gate any better than this, you know? It's pretty great, man. So yeah, people, Promising Young Woman, definitely check that shit out.